So amongst the Gita, so the chapter 2 is called as the summary of contents summary of Bhagavad Gita. So whatever which is being told from 3rd chapter onwards, so we'll have a glimpse of that philosophy in the 2nd chapter itself. Okay, so that is what 2nd chapter is, and it is called Sankhya Yoga, the analytical study of philosophy. Okay, so I'll quickly link into this chapter. So here I'm going to do one thing. One moment. Just give me one quick moment. Okay. So this chapter, this class is called Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Okay. So we'll try to understand who is Krishna, okay, why he is called Bhagavan, okay, all those things, and then what was the conversation happened, okay, after the first chapter. Okay. So this class is dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So we all know that Krishna is called as Bhagavan. I mean, he is named, addressed in Bhagavad Gita as Bhagavan. So let us little bit understand about the word Bhagavan. Okay, what is Bhagavan means? Who is Bhagavan means? So in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 3rd chapter, 28 sloka, it is said that in this chapter, so all the incarnations of Supreme God, all the Devata incarnations, all the incarnations are being described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 3rd chapter. And after describing about all the incarnation, so it is concluded that in the 28th sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is concluded that Ete Chamsa Kalah Pumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Rudayanti Vihege. Can anyone read this translation? Anybody?
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portion of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the thesis, wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, renunciation. According to the Vishnu Purana, these are the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Parasara Muni, the father of Vyasadeva, defines Bhagavan as the Supreme Personality who possesses all 6 opulences. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Sima Mataji. Wonderful. Nice to see you. Okay, great. So in Bhagavatam, it is mentioned as Krishna, Krishna himself is Bhagavan. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And who is called Bhagavan? Bhagavan means, those who possess all the 6 opulences: wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, renunciation. So a personality who possesses all the 6 opulences together is called Bhagavan. Okay. So Krishna possesses all the six opulences. Okay. So next, what Acharya says about Supreme Personality. Okay. So after so we receive the knowledge from our Acharyas. Okay. So one amongst the Acharyas, the great Acharya, is Shankaracharya. So according to him, what he says is that in Gita Mahatyam he says ekam shastram devaki putra gitam eko devo devaki putra evacha eko mantrastasya namani yani karmapi ekam tasya devasya seva. So it is said that there need be only one holy scripture, the divine Gita, sung by Lord Sri Krishna only, one worshipable Lord, Lord Sri Krishna, only one mantra, his holy names, and only one duty, devotion, service onto the supreme worshipable Lord of Sri Krishna. So he describes that there is no need of seeking for different analytical knowledge. It is good enough if you can devote to Krishna and if you can recite Bhagavad Gita, that is good enough for us to cross this, material world. Okay, so that is what is being described by Shankaracharya, who is one among the great acharyas, three acharyas. We have Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, and Ramanujacharya. Okay, so that is what is the Acharya's description about Krishna. Okay, so now we will start the second chapter. Okay, so the second chapter is Sankhya Yoga, as I said. So in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, so in the last chapter, first chapter, we heard the conversation between Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya was describing the what is happening in the battlefield. Okay, how Arjuna is lamenting. How he is being confused. What is happening to Arjuna. Like that, Sanjaya is describing to. Sanjay is describing to Dhritarashtra. Okay. Now in the second chapter, so Sanjaya starts. Sanjaya says that tam tatha krupaya vishtam ashrupu nakulekshana vishadantim idam vakyam uvacha madhusudana. So Sanjaya says to Dhritarashtra that, my dear Dhritarashtra Maharaj, so looking at the Arjuna, whose eyes are filled with tears. Okay. So Krishna spoke further. Okay, so Arjuna was completely, dipped into deep grief and he was crying. His eyes was filled with the tears. Okay, so in the last sloka of first chapter, it is described that, Arjuna just fell down in the chariot by, leaving the Gandiva, his weapon. Okay, so that was the condition of Arjuna. So that is so Arjuna could not speak further. He just lost his composure. Then Sri Bhagavan, then Krishna starts speaking. This is the first time. So in this in Bhagavad Gita, so in second chapter, Krishna starts speaking. So Krishna says that, kutastvakashmimidam vishame samupastitam anarya jushtama swargyam kirti karmarjuna labhyam masma gamapartha naitat vayupapadyate kshudram hruday daurbalyam tyakto dishtaparantapa. Then Krishna asks Arjuna, what are you talking? You being a warrior, you being a Arya means the Kshatriya, you being a Kshatriya, do you think that these talks befit you? These talks fit you? Okay, so you're talking like an impotent person. He is an impotent person. He's so panicked. Like that you're talking. The Clybium means impotency. So you're talking like an impotent person who cannot do anything, who cannot fight. So for a person like you, these talks doesn't fit at all. Okay, so just leave off the inner fear that you have and get up, my dear Arjuna. Please get up. You are the one who makes the enemies fear. Parantapa means the one who makes the enemies to fear. In the battlefield. Okay, so you are one such warrior who, by looking at you, the enemies will be panicked. Okay, so that kind of personality, you are speaking like this. I don't, so just come out of your inner fear. Like that, Krishna starts speaking. Then Arjuna starts talking. Okay, so Arjuna says that, my dear Krishna, Katam Vishwam Aham Sange Dronam Chamadusudana Ishuvi Prati Yotsami Pujar Havari Sudana. Guruna hatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktam vaikshamapi haloke hatvarta kamam suguruni haiva punjiya bhogan ridra pradigdhan na chaitad vidmaha kataranno gariyo yadva jayama yadivano jayama jayo yene hatva jiji vishamate devastitaha pramake dharta rashtra. So Arjuna says, my dear Krishna, what is this? I am attacking great personalities like Bhishma, Drona, my dear Madhusudana. Do you think that these personalities should be a counterattack? Even in a verbal fight also, we should not counterattack this kind of personalities. They are like my gurus, my acharyas. Okay, so I feel like instead of fighting with them, instead of counterattacking them, I feel like it is better I start begging and I lead my life like that, he says. And even if you say that even if you want me to kill these great personalities, then whatever I gain will be tainted with the blood stains of these great personalities. So like that, Arjuna expresses his deep respect towards these great personalities, and at the same time he expresses inability, in counterattacking these personalities. Okay, so then at first time, so because of these confusion whether to fight, counterattack them or not. Okay, so he's in a deep confusion. So in that confusion, so Arjuna says to Krishna that, Karpanya dosho bhahat swabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yashreyasya nichitam rohitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. So this is called as very, very important sloka of Bhagavad Gita, because, this is the first time Arjuna accepts that, he lost his vision, he lost his smriti, he lost his knowledge, intelligence, everything, and he accepts, he submits himself to Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He accepts Krishna as his Guru, Acharya. Okay, so if one have to choose a guru, they have to look at the qualities that what a guru possesses. Okay, so Krishna has all those qualities who can deliver Arjuna. So that's the reason Arjuna submitting himself to Krishna and asking Krishna to direct him further. So what to be done? Okay, so this is where the Arjuna starts submitting to Krishna. So this is what we have to do in our lives to get so this is what we also have to adapt this quality. When we lose our composure in our material life, or if we want to travel further in spiritual path, we have to seek shelter of a bona fide acharya. So there are many bona fide acharyas. Okay. However, these days, there are many acharyas who are not bona fide, still they pose as themselves as acharyas. But if we have to choose an acharya, we have to look at their parampara. So from which parampara, from which sampradaya they are coming from. So if you are choosing a guru, you have to see who is his guru and who is his guru. Like that, you have to go back and check his parampara from where he is coming. Like that, when you check and when you feel that that is an authentic parampara, then you have to submit yourself to such personality. Okay. So Arjuna here is submitting himself to Krishna and asking him to guide further. Okay. And he is further speaking that nahi prapashyami mama punatya dirchokam uchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhumam asapatam vrutam rajam suranam api chadipatyam. And he's saying, Krishna, I don't think, even if the heavenly planet is given to me, I don't think, I don't want to fight. Like that, Arjuna is saying. And then Sanjay is saying that Evamukta Rishikesha Gudakesha Parantapana Yotsa Idi Govinda Mikpa Tushtim Babuvaha Tamuach Rishikesha Prahasanniva Bharata Sena Yoruba Yormadya Vishadantam Idam Vachaha. So Sanjay is saying that, by saying though, Arjuna just he's expressing that he don't want to fight. Okay, so Arjuna is saying that, my dear Rishikesha, Govinda, I don't want to fight. Like that, Arjuna is saying. And then looking at Arjuna's, deep lamentation, then Krishna is saying that, the Tamvacha Rishikesha Prahasan Nivabharadasena Yorubu Yormadye Vishadantamidamacha. Looking at the condition of Arjuna, so Krishna just smiled and he started speaking. So what Krishna spoke is first 2.11, which is also an important sloka in Bhagavad Gita. Second chapter is Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Asocyan Anva Sochastvam Prajna Vadam Sabhasase Gatasum Agatasum Chanada Sochanti Panditaha. So, my dear Arjun, you're thinking of something which should not be, which you should not think at this point of time. And you're talking like a great scholar, okay? And you're just lost. So in the battlefield, Arjuna and Krishna, they were getting ready to fight, but in the before starting the fighting, then Arjuna is showing his lamentation. Krishna just smiled and saying that, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Do you think that this is a right time to speak such words? So Arjuna is also speaking a philosophy, is saying that, instead of fighting, let me just stop fighting, let me leave the battlefield, go back and start begging. Okay. So this is, if someone listens to this, that, a person is not trying to, if someone listens that, a person is not ready to kill, harm anybody, but he want to lead a peaceful life. Okay. If somebody says this, people will feel that what kind of a renounced person is that. However, but Krishna did not appreciate that. The reason is because, the duty of Arjuna, being a Kshatriya, is to fight and establish dharma. And Arjuna is such a personality that, he was a proven professional. He was a pro. Already, he is called as Savyasachi. He can shoot arrows with two hands. And such a personality today is unable to fight, unable to counterattack, his enemies, or he's the opposite party, I would say. Okay, so the reason is that, he's completely binded with the relationships, and he's memorizing those relationships that he has with his own, relatives. Okay, so that is what is stopping him not to fight. Okay. So Arjuna, one day, what happened? So I mean, just to describe the strength of Arjuna. So in Mahabharata, so there is a nice pastime happened. Like one day, so when the Pandavas, they left to the Vanavas, I mean the Aranyavas, okay, they were leading a peaceful life. Okay, all the acharyas, great acharyas, they came, they surrounded them, and they started speaking to them, and they started narrating different scriptures, and the dharmas, all these things. These acharyas, great rishis, they start like Markandeya Muni, Gautam Rishi, Vyasa Bhagavan. They all, gave them nice association. They were living a peaceful life. However, Duryodhana, though he is living in a big palace, he was unable to tolerate. He was always curious to know what these Pandavas are doing. His only intention is that he doesn't want to see Pandavas, on this planet Earth. Okay, so he was always curious to see. So one day, what he did, Duryodhana, Karna, Shakuni, and his team, what they did is they planned, and they thought to go to the place where Pandavas are residing, and they thought of humiliate by showing off their riches. So since they are ruling the kingdom, so they will be going in great chariots by decorating themselves with jewels and nice clothes. Okay, so they thought of going to them, and they thought of showing off in front of them, so that the Pandavas may looking at them, the Pandavas feel so upset, like that. So they just want to show off. Okay, so Pandavas traveled to the place where, the Kauravas traveled to the place where Pandavas are residing. And so they chose a place where, there is a small, nice, beautiful lake is there. Some small, water lake is there. So they chose that place, and they were using that lake. However, that lake belongs to a Gandharva. Okay, so he comes along with his, wife and his sports over there. Okay? So that place belongs to Gandharva, and the Kauravas, they didn't know that. So they resided there, and they were using that lake. And then the Gandharva came, and he started asking them, who asked you to, how did you come to here, and who gave permission to you to use this lake and this place? Then Duryodhana says, so we are the kings, we are the rulers, we are the great rulers, how can you say, how can you deny us, how can you stop us to use this place? And they started, doing a verbal fight with this Gandharva. And it went to such level that all of them started, and they started doing war with Gandharva. So Gandharva, so usually they have higher powers than human beings. So he started his war, and he started shooting arrows in such a way that all the team of Kauravas who are surrounded, who surrounded Duryodhana, like Karna, Shakuni, Dushasana, all of them, they ran away from that place. So Karna, Duryodhana was calling Karna. Then Karna replied Duryodhana that, my dear Duryodhana, if you are alive tomorrow, we will talk. Like that, he replied and he left. He ran away from that place to, save themselves from these Gandharvas. Such a ferocious war happened between this Gandharva and Duryodhana. And at last, what this Gandharva did is, so he wanted to teach a good lesson to Duryodhana because he spoke in such a harsh words that, so the Gandharva was completely, became anger on this Duryodhana. So what he did, he took Duryodhana, he tied him with ropes. He kept him in chariot, and Gandharva was taking away Duryodhana. Then, somebody from their team, they came to Yudhishthir Maharaj and they told Yudhishthir Maharaj that, my dear Yudhishthir Maharaj, your brother Duryodhana came and they were residing here. So, unfortunately, they had a war with this one Gandharva and they lost, and everybody ran away except Duryodhana. So, what this Gandharva did is, the Gandharva, he tied him to his chariot and he's taking away. So, like that, somebody from Duryodhana's team told to Yudhishthir Maharaj. Then Bhima was very, very happy to listening to that because, Duryodhana and Bhima, they were always, they were always like enemies. So Bhima was laughing, and then, Yudhishthir Maharaj said, so Yudhishthir Maharaj asked Bhima to stop. And then Bhima asked Yudhishthir Maharaj, why should I stop? This fellow, he was always behind our lives. He wanted us to kill many times. Now this fellow, he's getting killed by Gandharva, so that, half of our problem is solved. Like that Bhima told. Then Yudhishthir said, see, listen one thing, understand one thing. So we are cousins. We belong to one family, one dynasty. So if some outsider comes to fight with us, we are 106. If we have fight in between us, then we are 105, 101 and 5. So Yudhishthir says, Yudhishthir Maharaj is always, very eager to follow Dharma. So though Duryodhana troubled Pandavas, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he never, took it into, he never, he was never upset with that. So he was always, following Dharma. Yudhishthir Maharaj said, now you go and rescue him. Like that, Yudhishthir Maharaj instructs. Bhima says that I will not go. Like that, Bhima replies. Then he instructs Arjuna. Then Arjuna, what he does is, so these 5 brothers, they have very good understanding. Okay, so Arjuna, Yudhishthir Maharaj instructed to Arjuna, and Arjuna went. He fought with this Gandharva, and Arjuna, started, shooting that Gandharva with his arrows in such a way that, the Gandharva started shaking. He was panicked, he was scared, looking at the ferocious shots of Arjuna. So this Gandharva comes and falls on the feet of Arjuna, and he asks, who are you? I never saw such a personality like you who, shoots arrows like this. Like this, the Gandharva comes and falls on the feet of Arjuna. Then Arjuna replies, so I am Arjuna, my name is Arjuna. So we belong to Kuru dynasty, like that, Arjuna replies. Then Gandharva realizes, and my dear Arjuna, so I never knew that, he is your brother. If I would have known that he is your brother, I would have not got into fight with that person. So, so you tell me, what do you want me to do? Then Arjuna replies, so just leave my brother and leave him, and you can, so just leave him here and you leave this place, like that. Arjuna replies. Then Gandharva, he respects the words of Arjuna and he leaves Duryodhana. That time, Duryodhana, he feels very, very bad. He feels he feels shameful that, Duryodhana came to show off and Pandavas. However, he got saved. His life got saved by the Pandavas. Arjuna saved his life. Now, see, if for example, if you want to tease somebody, or if you want to show off in front of somebody, and if that person becomes a hero, then we won't be able to tolerate. So Duryodhana was unable to tolerate his humiliation. He wanted to humiliate them, but he got humiliated in front of Pandavas. Okay, because of his inability and because of his men who left him at that place and ran away. So Duryodhana felt very, very bad. And that point of time, though Duryodhana is a very, very, bad, I mean, very, very, he's a personification of Kali. So he has no good qualities at all. Still, Duryodhana asked Arjuna, you saved my life. So I want to, in return to that, I want to give you two boons. I want to give you a boon. So whatever you want, you ask, I will give away. Like that, Duryodhana, gave a boon to Arjuna. So Arjuna could have asked Duryodhana that, give our kingdom back. So Duryodhana would have no option, other than giving the kingdom. But Arjuna did not ask because he is following Dharma. His intention is to follow Dharma because they've taken an oath to stay in Vanavas for 12 years, at least 1 year. Okay, so he did not ask. He said, "When time comes, I'll ask." Like that, Arjuna replies, and Duryodhana goes back to his palace. And after going back to his palace, Duryodhana, here, so we can understand the strength of Arjuna. So Duryodhana got to know what is the strength of Arjuna. He could not fight with this Gandharva. However, Arjuna fought and he rescued Duryodhana. And that time itself, he should understand, he should estimate the potency of the person with the Arjuna. Now, in Kurukshetra war, Duryodhana completely lost that, that thing that, Arjuna saved Duryodhana from one Gandharva. Arjuna saved his life. So Duryodhana completely lost that memory. Okay. So this was because he was accompanied by, the Dushta Chatushtaya. It is called Dushta Chatushtaya. The Karna, Shakuni, Dushasana, these are called, these four personalities, they call Dushta Chatushtaya. So the bad association that he had made him to forget the help that was made by Arjuna. Okay. So, and Duryodhana went back to his palace, and Duryodhana, he didn't speak to anybody. He just, was sitting in his palace, and he was unable to tolerate that humiliation because, he was saved by, his life was saved by his enemy, his own enemy. So that was not tolerable to Duryodhana. So Duryodhana, what he did, he was like, what he did, he got all, he thought of, doing suicide. So he was about to lit fire to himself. However, these other personalities, Karna, Shakuni, Dushashan, they came and they stopped. However, it is also told that, at once, all the demoniac, demons, okay, so they wanted to, so the demons' intention, they always intend to, disturb the peaceful life of human beings, the Vedic life. Okay, so the demons, the king of demons, the demoniac mentalities is Kali. Okay, so the Duryodhana is a incarnation of Kali. So it is also told that all the demons at once, in a hidden form came and spoke in the ears of Duryodhana that what are you doing? We had a lot of hope on you that you will establish a demoniac kingdom so that we all can freely wander in your kingdom. Now, if you suicide, who will fulfill our desires? Like that, all the demons, at once they came and shouted in the ears of Duryodhana. It is said in that way. It is also said in that way. However, at the same time, Karna, Shakuni, Dushasana, they come and they stop Duryodhana. And Karna starts talking to Duryodhana that, why do Duryodhana, what are you doing? So Duryodhana says, I don't want to live my life anymore, because, my life has been, this life is been given by Arjuna. So my eternal enemy, my enemy, I always felt that he is my enemy, and today this life is been given in charity by Arjuna. So why should I live this life? Like that, Duryodhana replies, and hence he says that hence I don't want to continue living. I want to suicide, like that. Duryodhana says to the Karna, and Karna. He starts talking to Duryodhana in such a way that he completely brainwashes Duryodhana. So Karna says that my dear Duryodhana, you are the king of this dynasty. You're ruling this entire kingdom, and people who are living in this kingdom, they are your slaves. They have to, obviously they have to help you. They have to help the king. They have to save the king. That is their first responsibility. They just did their responsibility. They were successful in performing their responsibility, taking up their responsibility. So what is the great thing in that, Arjuna coming and saving you? It is his duty. He is your slave. You have to, it is his duty. He has to save, and he saved it. And what is the great thing in that? You understand that, you just stop doing all this nonsense, and, you just concentrate on ruling this kingdom. So tomorrow, and Karna hence says that, tomorrow, what if they come back and, they'll ask their right share, then, you will lose the kingdom. Like that, he, Karna brainwashes Duryodhana. If in that place, this Karna, was the closest friend of Duryodhana. Karna had nothing, okay, but Duryodhana gave him the half of his kingdom and made him a king, and made Karna eligible to rule a kingdom. Okay. So, however, Karna, when Duryodhana was in need of, when he was in a very bad situation where he was about to die, Karna just left him and ran away from that place. So that is the character of Karna. And with such a character, Duryodhana is being associated. So we have to learn many lessons from Mahabharata, in Bhagavad Gita. So with whom we have to associate. So if we are associating with some of, if you are maintaining relationship with some people, if they are no good to help you, when you are in need, then there is no point of continuing relationship with them. Maybe for some time you can tolerate, but if they are showing up with the same attitude for a long term, then it's not, there is no point in continuing relationship with such people. But Duryodhana, because obviously Duryodhana has a demonic mentality. Nobody glorifies him except Karna, Shakuni, and Dushasana. So this Duryodhana, he feels himself as hero when they glorify him, even if he does all adharmic, things also. So then Karna, if Karna would have told that, yes, my dear Duryodhana, Arjuna saved your life, so we have to do something good for them. Like that, if Karna would have spoken, then Kurukshetra war wouldn't have been happened. Because of this, bad association. So the Duryodhana's demonic mentality continued, and it led to a big war where he has to lose all of his relatives. So here we have to understand with what kind of people we have to associate. So if you want to lead a peaceful life, your life is also dependent on the people whom you are living with. So it is said that you tell me your friends, I'll tell you what you are. Like that it is said. Okay. So we doesn't know, people, I mean, what Shastra says that, with whom we have to associate, with whose association we have to take. We have to take, such people's association who has at least some, goodness in them. Okay, maybe they may not be, spiritually elevated personalities, but those who are not harmless, those who are not selfish, okay. So we have to find out such people and we have to associate with. It is always suggested to take association of, people who are following the spiritual path. Okay, because for a spiritual person, first and foremost thing is that he has to have a bhutadaya. Bhutadaya means he has to be humble and he has to show some mercy on the other human beings. Those who has a quality trait of showing mercy on other human beings, definitely that person will be very good to associate. Okay, so that was the strength of Arjuna, and that personality today in the battlefield is unable to fight. Okay, and one another thing that we have to observe over here is Arjuna is not just lost his composure because they are relatives, because Arjuna already had lot of already he know what kind of mentalities are these Kauravas. However, he was afraid of Bhishma and Drona, because Bhishma and Drona, they are his grandfather. Bhishma is his grandfather and Drona is his guru. So he's afraid of the dharma that they follow. Okay. So Bhishma is a great warrior. At the same time, he is a great personality who follows dharma always. Okay. So that is one another thing why Arjuna is unable to counterattack these personalities. Okay, and if you want to understand the character of Bhishma and Drona, so yesterday we just spoke a little bit about these personalities. Dronacharya was the spiritual master of Arjuna. So Dronacharya and Drupada Maharaj. Okay, they both were students of. They studied under Bharadwaj Rishi. So they learned all Vedas and Dhanurvidya from that Rishi. And when they were studying, Drupada Maharaj, he gave a word to Dronacharya that Drupada Maharaj, he was already a son of a great king. Okay, so Drupada Maharaj, he gave a word to Dronacharya that my dear Drona, you're my friend, you're my close friend. In the future, anytime if you need anything, whether it may be money or support or any moral support or financial support, if you need, you don't hesitate to come and ask me. I'm always there. Think that I'm always there to help you. Like that, Drupada Maharaj, he gave a word to Dronacharya. And Dronacharya, eventually, he was a great scholar. It is said that, Dronacharya, that point of time, people across the world came and learned Dhanurvidya from Dronacharya. It is said like that. Okay. So Dronacharya, he was a great Acharya. So the Acharyas, the name Acharya means one who has self-control, they are called Acharyas. Okay. So he was a great Acharya that he was never bothered of accumulating, money. He was always ready to give, but not ready to accumulate. He never saved any personal savings for him. Okay. So one day, Dronacharya situation has become in such a way that they didn't had his wife. He had a Kripini was his wife, and Ashwatham was his son. So he had nothing to feed his family. So that point of time, at that poor situation, Dronacharya went to Drupada Maharaj and he asked Drupada Maharaj to help him, give him some money so that he can lead his family life. He can give food to his family, like that. He requests Drupada Maharaj, and Drupada Maharaj, he looks at Dronacharya and he laughs at him and he says that who are you? What are you talking? You are just a beggar, and you're saying that I am your friend and you are asking me money in it, and you're asking me money. How dare you to ask like that? How can you think that, a king like me will be a friend of a beggar like you? Like that, Drupada Maharaj, he humiliates Dronacharya. So that time Dronacharya feels very bad, if somebody insults you when you're in a bad condition, so it hurts you a lot. You will remember that in your entire life. You'll remember that person, that that day that person has humiliated like that. So Dronacharya, he left Drupada Maharaj, and he started traveling, and somehow he saw the Kauravas and Pandavas playing, and there Bhishmacharya was there. He met Dronacharya. He understood the scholarliness of Dronacharya, and he requested Dronacharya to become the guru of these Pandavas and Kauravas and teach them all the required knowledge that a Kshatriya should need. Okay, so Dronacharya taught them, and he taught a lot to Arjuna. Arjuna was his favorite student. Okay, and after Kauravas and Pandavas were done with the study at Dronacharya, then Dronacharya called all these, to these two groups, and he told them, he told them now, he asked these two teams that, now you have studied under me. Now it is the time for you to give some Guru Dakshin. I mean, so as a respect to Guru, when you learn something from a Guru, you have to give something, anything, whatever, you can give as per your level. Okay. So Dronacharya asks, what Guru Dakshin you will give like that? He asks two teams. Then, Duryodhana says that, I'll give you a lot of money, and he even brings a lot of money to offer to Dronacharya. But, that doesn't make Dronacharya happy. Then Arjun says that to Dronacharya that, my dear Guru, my dear Acharya, I will make you happy. I'll give you such a gift that, you will be you will be satisfied with that gift. Like that, Arjun replies, and Arjun goes to Drupada Maharaj, and he fights with Drupada Maharaj, and he brings Drupada Maharaj, and he throws Drupada Maharaj on the feet of Dronacharya. And then Dronacharya looks at Drupada Maharaj, and he speaks to Drupada Maharaj. See, he's my student. Okay, so you said that you are a great king, you are a emperor. Now see what is your position. So then Dronacharya teaches a lesson to Drupada Maharaj that nothing is permanent in this world. So like that, he teaches nice philosophy to Drupada Maharaj, and Dronacharya becomes so happy. And this Drupada Maharaj, he was impressed on Arjuna. So he, looking at the war that Arjuna did, he was so impressed. And Drupada Maharaj, he develops two things. He develops love towards Arjuna, and hatred towards Dronacharya. So he wanted, so Drupada Maharaj, what he does is, he does a fire sacrifice with a intention, with a desire that he want one girl and one boy child. So the girl should become wife of Arjuna, and the boy should kill Dronacharya. So this was his desire, and with that desire, he did a fire sacrifice. From that fire sacrifice, these two personalities, Draupadi Devi and Drishtadyumna, both evolved. And it was not like they came out of the fire like a baby. Soon after they came out of the fire sacrifice, they were like young children. Okay, and then this Drupada Maharaj, what he did is, so he asked Drushtadimna, asked Drushtadimna, he appointed Drushtadimna, he sent Drushtadimna to learn the knowledge from Dronacharya. And Dronacharya, he knows that he's the son of Drupada Maharaj, and this son is this Drushtadimna will be the cause of his death. So that Dronacharya knows, but still, Dronacharya, he teaches all the required Kshatriya knowledge to Drishtadyumna. He even teaches him great secrets how a war can be led. That's the reason Pandavas chose Drishtadyumna to lead his army. Okay, so such was the integrity of Dronacharya. Teaching. Obviously, no human being will be ready to teach or help to someone who will be the cause of their death. But Dronacharya did that. So that is the dharma, that is the righteousness that Dronacharya follows. Okay, so looking at that, life, looking at that dharmic life of Dronacharya, Arjuna was scared to counterattack such personality. Okay, so these are the great personalities who were present in front of in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So so these are the great personalities who are present in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where Arjuna was unable to counterattack them. Okay. So this kind of situation, we all face this kind of situation. However, how to counterattack without getting binded, without getting sinful reactions. Okay, so this knowledge, this secrets are being spoken by Krishna henceforth in this chapter. Okay, so this chapter is a wonderful chapter that as I said in the beginning, it is the abridged version of entire Bhagavad Gita again. So contents of the Gita summarized. Okay, so today, just give me one quick moment. I am waiting for one another person. Okay, fine. So, and we also have to, from this 2.7 sloka, Karpanya Dosho Bhadasva Bhava, we have to understand one thing that, so there are many gurus, many spiritual gurus, many paramparas, many sampradayas are there, but we have to choose one authentic parampara, and we have to get connected to that authentic parampara. Otherwise, what happens is that we may not be able to progress in spiritual life. And there are many speculative speakers, who present the same spiritual knowledge in a different way, which makes you to go away from Krishna. So it is said in Shastras that a person, Gurur na sasyat, swajano na sasyat. A person, if he cannot deliver you from the cycle of birth and death, he is not called as Guru. Okay, so when you are seeking a Guru, when you are trying to submit yourself, to a Guru, you have to, as I said, you have to understand where he is coming from. Okay, and you should clearly observe, and then you have to submit. And there are four types of gurus. One is Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, and Sucha Guru, Vachak Guru. Like that, there are four types of gurus. Diksha Guru is the one person from whom you get initiated into a authentic sampradaya. Okay, and the second person is Siksha Guru. Siksha Guru is the person from whom you learn different things. In our lives, we will have many Siksha Gurus, like the teacher who teaches in our college, school, they are also called as Siksha Gurus, and the teachers who teach, who guide us, in different who talk spiritual talks, whom we listen to, they are also called as Siksha Gurus. One can have multiple Siksha Gurus, but one cannot have multiple Diksha Gurus. Diksha Guru is the person who connects us to the authentic parampara, and hence that is the person who takes responsibility to deliver us from the birth and death cycle. Okay, so we have to choose, and in ISKCON there is a elaborated study about how to choose Guru. When you travel further, when you continue further, you will be taught with that knowledge how to choose a Guru. first, for now, just understand. If you have to choose a guru, if you have to submit yourself to your guru, then you have to see, who is his guru, who is his guru. Like, in ISKCON, we follow the Brahma Madhav Sampradaya. So we have, above Srila Prabhupada, above Srila Prabhupada, there are about 36 acharyas. Okay. So in our parampara. So the first acharya, he is directly connected to Vyasa Bhagavan, and Vyasa Bhagavan connected to Narada Muni, Narada Muni connected to Brahma, and Brahma connected to Vishnu. So that is the parampara where this is coming from. So if as long as you are continuing in such parampara, then you are safe. Your spiritual life is safe. Okay? And when you lose your obviously, these days, in the Kali Yuga, we don't get enough time, or we don't have a good environment where we can practice our spiritual life peacefully. However, whenever we are, helpless, then we always have to seek one personality who can guide us. Like Arjuna, how he took shelter of Krishna, you also have to take shelter of one such guru. So in my life also, see, I started my spiritual life in somewhere around 2011. Okay. So that time I had nothing, no knowledge at all. Okay, what is spirituality? What is the purpose of life? Kind of things. That time it was like, going to temple, participating in bhajan, eating prasadam. That was the I was thinking that was spiritual life. Slowly when I got connected to ISKCON, after listening to Bhagavad Gita and different courses, then I got connected to one, Sikshana Guru. So he taught me a lot. He taught Bhagavad Gita. He spoke Bhagavad Gita, and when I was when I was trying to connect to him, so the first exercise he gave me was that we were a group of some 25, 30 students. He was so confident about ISKCON Sampradaya and philosophy, and he challenged us that we were new, so we don't know anything. A lot of us were asking many different questions and all those, and he gave us a challenge, that he gave us a task that you go uh, you go to different sampradayas, whichever you go to different spiritual schools, understand, compare what they are telling and what ISKCON is telling, what is been taught here and what is been taught there. Then you come and tell me where do you want to follow, where do you want to continue. Like that, he gave us a task, and some of us did also. So ISKCON is a place where, along with philosophy, you also involve in many activities, okay, where you release yourself. Okay. So nice prasadam is served, nice katha kirtan will be there, we have lot of yatras where we enjoy, doing kirtan, dancing, and having listening to melodious songs. So great Vaishnava kirtanas, all this, rasas, whatever we lose in material world, that is being served in ISKCON with a uh, uh, with a spiritual mode. Okay? So you may be losing some, delicious recipes outside, when you, but when you come to spiritual life, the same will be the same you will be tasting, but that food that you eat outside and that food that you eat when you are in a sampradaya, there is a lot of difference. Okay, this food is offered, which is called prasadam, and it tastes like a nectar. Okay, so all these different activities will be there. I personally been to many spiritual schools, and there it is like just philosophy, talking philosophy only, but no other activities. So you'll get bored, like there's nothing will be there, no bhajans, no kirtan, just dry philosophy. You will not be able to tolerate that, because obviously you are a human being. You have senses, okay, which always ask you to satisfy them. Okay, how would you satisfy them if you just control them? Like it is said in shastras that if you control the senses, it is uh, if you control the senses without giving them any higher taste, it is like controlling a cobra underneath of your foot. once you just, leave your food, immediately cobra, bites you. So in the same way, if you control your senses without giving them a proper taste, you won't be able to continue your spiritual life. So in ISKCON Sampradaya, in this Sampradaya, you get that this is a bright platform where, along with your spiritual life, you will also get chance to involve in many activities with which you will be released. Okay. So that is the Sampradaya of ISKCON. So there are many acharyas who dedicated their life to establish this ISKCON society for Krishna consciousness. So we have to take advantage of this ISKCON, and we have to pursue our spiritual life properly by seeking proper guidance from proper gurus. Okay. And whenever we get stuck, we have to take help of seniors. Okay. So and get clarified ourselves, and we have to travel further. So that's all. I want to stop here today. I'm waiting for one person. His name is Satyaprasad Prabhu, who is also wonderful devotee. So he said that he will join class today. He was there in the last class. He said he will join today, but he didn't join. I don't see him today. So he said he will also speak some. He want to speak about one of the sloka. He's not there today. Anyways, so today I want to stop over here. So if anybody has any questions, can ask. So nice to see you all today. So thank you, Bindu Mataji, Priyanka Mataji, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu, Bhargavi Mataji, Dhanunjay, Dr. Shivamudeshi Prabhu, Gita Mataji, Ishita Bhagle Mataji, Jeevan Kumar Prabhu, Kaushal Nath Nigam Prabhu, Krishna Rao Prabhu, Likita Lehnati, Madhurima Chaudhary Mataji, Nandini Mataji, Neeraj Prabhu, Pushpa Mataji, Ritu Mataji, Sabita Chella Ghosh, Sai Kiran Prabhu, Sai Rohit Prabhu, Sapan Prabhu, Sima Thakur Mataji, Shanti Tanya Mataji, Shivani Bansal Mataji, Saujanya Mataji, Sri Harsha, Supraja Salagrama, Surabhi Bhura Mataji, and Uma Mataji. Thank you all for joining today. If anybody has any questions, you can ask. Okay,
thank you, Prabhuji, for your nice explanation. You have explained in very detail, very depth. So this is nothing but a base you have created for us to study further.
Thank
And
you.
about the second chapter, what you have told, in this chapter only will come across in detail, we can study about the karma yoga and the jnana yoga in the future, and the size of the soul, and soul, what is the dimension, how the karma is going to take place. So that Lord Krishna is going to be explained to Arjuna, that
Yes.
all the shlokas are going to be there. Just now I have studied this chapter. This Bhakti Vinoda Thakur ji have explained very, very in very detail, and that has led the foundation for, I think that is for the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, these two combined leads to end Bhakti Yoga. So thanks for the explanation what you have given. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, there is a lot to learn in this second chapter. Going further, you will be learning. Okay. So sorry, I took less time. So today, because so I'm observing fasting, so unable to speak. That is one another thing why.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. I can understand. Lot of stress will come, and to deliver for the hours together, it's not an easy task. I can understand. Still, you are giving a lecture. Thanks a lot. May God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, there is a lot to speak about the second chapter, and yeah, obviously, along with these chapters, in our curriculum, it is also, it is also there that we have to learn the Vaishnava Gitas also. So probably the next class would be next Wednesday. So tomorrow there is no, our classes would be Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. However, if any, things are planned, any events are planned on any given day, then, the class will be postponed. So tomorrow there won't be any class. So the next class would be on Wednesday. Okay. So that is on, I'll tell you the date. Wednesday would be 29th of November. Okay. So the next class would be on 29th of November. Probably, so that would be the next class. Then, Friday and Saturday it will continue like that. So along with the Bhagavad Gita, we also wanted to, wanted all of you to learn the Vaishnava Gitas also, because, so the first and foremost important thing in spiritual life is that, we have to learn prayers. Okay? So the more deeper we pray Krishna, so the more he will bless us. Okay? So Krishna says that, Sarvasya cha hamuridi sannavishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. So I am there, I am residing in the hearts of everybody, and from me the remembrance comes, smriti comes. So the more you pray Krishna, so the more, remembrance, the more he will bless you with the knowledge, smriti. Okay. So that may be, helpful in your material life or spiritual life, whatever it may be. But, the knowledge, the remembrance come from Krishna, and he is always ready to bless you. Only thing is that, we have to request him, we have to pray him to bless us with that knowledge. Okay. So the way how we pray Krishna, our acharyas taught us in different, Vaishnava songs, through the different Vaishnava songs, and many other songs are there. And first, amongst all the Vaishnava songs that is being sung in ISKCON, the first and foremost comes is, Guruvashtakam. Okay, so the Guruvashtakam we recite every day early in the morning when we get up, after we take shower, when we start our life, before we start chanting early in the morning, we recite the Guruvashtakam. Okay, so this Guruvashtakam was written by Vishwanath Chakravarti. So that also will be taught to you, so that you can also practice at home. So very melodious song, along with the melodious tune, it also has wonderful lyrics with deep philosophical meanings. Okay, so that is going to be taught. Okay, and likewise, more Vaishnava songs will be taught in these sessions going further. Okay, so that's all. So be ready.
Thank you.
I request all of you to join future classes as
Prabhuji,
without missing.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, chiన్న doubt. They use the 4 types of gurus. So I have and then to clearly not understood. Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, another 2 Guru.
Yeah, Suchaka Guru and Vachaka Guru, it is said, Mataji. Suchaka and
Suchit.
Vachaka. Suchaka.
Suchit.
Suchaka means,
Suchita?
for example, if you if you visit any pilgrimage place, or if you visit any place, you'll find
Okay.
a person who will be guiding you, will be telling you this line, like
Okay.
that. Or if you go to if you join in any organization, or if you join anywhere, you join in a school, college, there will be some person who will be telling you the rules and regulations, all those things. That person is also called as Guru.
Suchita. Next one.
Yeah, Suchita. And next, Vachaka Guru is called, you will not have any physical relationship with him, but you will be listening, like news, or some kind of good things you listen. Okay, without having any personal relationship like that.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the 4 types of Guru. Amongst them, Diksha Guru is the most important. Diksha and Siksha Gurus are most important. Okay, so rest others, they eventually come in our life and they leave. They stay for some time, they leave. Okay. So anybody else?
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Take
Mataji.
care, Prabhu. Take care of your health.
Thank you, Mataji. So Anita Albula Mataji, you have a question? You got
Yes,
a question?
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Prabhuji, sorry to say this, I was busy, so I couldn't connect to you. So today was, I mean, which sloka and which chapter, Prabhuji, so that I can revise it.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Today we spoke second chapter. From second chapter, 1 to 11 slokas we discussed, Mataji.
1 to 11 slokas.
Yeah. I mean, so the important today it was decided to speak about 2.7 sloka and 2.11, but we tried to understand what is the conversation happening between Sanjaya, Krishna, and Arjuna. So in that way, we did not get into deep. Okay, we just had a glance on these 11 slokas today.
Okay, Prabhu. Prabhu, another question is that, is the recording available?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Yes,
In our
Mataji.
Gaurangavani team, it is posted,
Yeah, it will be
daily it is posted, Matam, Prabhuji, sorry.
Yeah, it will be uploaded in our YouTube Gaurangavani YouTube channel. So I request all of you to subscribe to Gaurangavani YouTube channel so that you will get alerts regarding our classes. And you also, all of you might have also saw a message early in the morning about one of the session that we conduct, that is Japa session. So this Japa session is something like, it is a early morning class where all the devotees, okay, join together online in Zoom, okay, and they chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra together until 6:30. Okay, after 6:30, the classes will start. Okay, so daily, on every day, there will be a class on different topics. Okay, so the class happens in Telugu, Hindi, English, three languages. First, it will happen in either Telugu or Hindi, then it will happen in English. Okay, so I request all of you to take, if it is possible for you to join that class early in the morning, I request all of you to please join so that you can also take association of the Vaishnavas early in the morning itself.
Prabhuji,
And all of
another
these
one,
classes are-
question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I want to tell as a secret, but I will share as it is
Okay.
with all other devotees. As I'm having a depression, I'm taking a lot of tablets.
Mhm.
So because of that difficulty, I'm unable to get into the association of devotees.
Okay.
So how should I overcome that one?
So
Diet I am maintaining, Prabhuji. Chanting I am continuing. Book Gita recitation is going on. The only thing is I am unable to do the fasting. I am missing because of my diseases and that Ekadashi and these fastings. This association I am missing, Prabhuji. So how to wake up in the morning, like when to get up. Because of nerve pains, as you know, my critical issues. So because of nerve pains also, they are giving some nerve relaxant medicines just to sleep. With that, I am unable to get up to 10 a.m. morning, Prabhu.
Okay, so no problem, Mataji. Here, you're in a situation where you have to take care of your health. Okay, so Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita that yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasya. We have to take, you know, uh, good food which helps our health. Okay, so that we can have we can pursue a good spiritual life. Okay, so you have to take care of your health first of all. That is the first priority for you. And association wise, since we are connecting online, so you don't need any you don't have to meet anybody physical personally, Mataji. So as long as you're able to connect through online, that is also good. That is good. So when you're
I mean, I'm talking about daily association, Prabhuji. How to,
yeah.
I mean, ఇప్పుడు 6 o'clock కాకపోయినా 7 o'clock లేద్దామన్నా కానీ నా వల్ల కావట్లేదు, ప్రభుజీ.
Okay, no problem, Mataji. So you follow the videos in YouTube, okay? So that way you can connect. Okay, so it is not that you should have a live interaction, then only that is called association. Okay, so
That is what I'm thinking.
so when it is possible, like Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, we conduct evening classes. So that time probably it may be possible to you. So that time you can join and you can take live association. And when it is not possible, have the recording, listen to the recording, so that you will have indirect association.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare
And I
Krishna.
wish you get well soon, Mataji. I
Thank you,
wish
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna to bless you with wonderful health.
I'm coming to Yatra also, Prabhuji, this time.
Tomorrow.
Who will? Not tomorrow, Prabhuji.
Srirangam?
Rameshwaram Yatra.
Oh, nice, Mataji. Then, we can spend good time.
I don't know this time, Krishna, how I mean, with Krishna's mercy,
Definitely,
till
you
now
pray
I am
him.
fine.
You pray him, he will take. He is called Rishikesha, who takes care of
Yeah.
senses. He is the controller of all our senses. If
Yes.
he empowers, then we can do anything.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Welcome, Mataji. So please join us. Join the class again on Wednesday, 29th November. Okay. So let's. end
Thank
the
you,
class.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Welcome, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So Vancha Kalpatarobhyasya Kripasindhubhyasya Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Good night.
Welcome, Mataji.
Take care.
Thank you.